Now what we're going to take a look at is a pick and roll, again, that's taking place over in our high angle area. And a lot of teams today are trying to keep the pick and roll on the sideline if it takes place either on the right or the left side. So what teams are teaching is we want to be no middle, no paint. Keep the ball out of the middle, keep the ball out of the paint from a defensive perspective. From an offensive perspective, we've got several solutions that we can look at in terms of how we screen, angle of the screen, and then the type of passes that we're making. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. So when this pick and roll takes place, a lot of teams now are calling what we would say is either ice or blue at the NBA, college, and now even at the high school level. So when the call comes that there's a screen coming on the right side, right, I would probably yell, ice, ice, ice. When I do that, Bardo here is going to lock into the ball and make sure that we force the ball handler back towards the sideline. As a screener, I want to look to flip the angle of the screen at the last minute and still proceed all the way up to contact. When I flip that angle, my shoulders will go from normal side ball screen, shoulder square to the sideline, to now shoulder square to the opposite baseline. When we do that, now what we do is we set up the man on the ball to be clipped and still create an opportunity for us to get to the middle of the floor. The screener's defender right now, we're going to say, is about a step below the level of the screen. My ball handler will hit the screen, will take 2 rhythm dribbles right here, and then cut back, or as we call it, snake the screen back through the nail region of the floor. As that happens, my roller, who set the screen, is again going to be shot out of a cannon right here, open up this way now, and dive directly for the pass. The pass we're going to work on right now is going to be a wrap bounce pass. The difference between the inside pocket pass and the wrap bounce pass is that we are going to try to put that around the big man, who we think now is probably going to be shuffling right around here. His hands are going to be out. He's going to be trying to use his length. We're going to wrap it back into the pocket and relocate for a shot. Let's take a look. Good, great point here. Let's stop that rep right here. And I'm going to mention this as well. Even though you are on offense, I want you to call ice, right? So that way he knows that we're flipping the angle, and then I want you to call flip. So I want you to say ice, 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 and then say flip, flip, flip. All right, and then when you flip the angle, I really want to see that S. So I want you to come up, balls over there, balls over there. I want you to come up like this, and then I want you to literally go last second like that. I want you to wait, and then we're cutting back. We got it? Okay. Here we go. Good, even earlier. Wrap it, good. Good, your choice of shot right now, that's beautiful, great. Choose your shot, knock it out, good, reset. Call it, ice, ice, ice. Flip, 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 good. Perfect, good. Nice, good, way to wrap it, I like it, that's good. Very nice, very nice. Here we go. Let's make 2 more, here we go. Good, be tight with it, tight. Get physical with your screener. All right, and that's actually a good teaching point. I'll talk about it. Hey, so one thing we want to make sure we do, all right, as the ball handler, is get physical with our screener. So the ball comes. Let's say I'm the ball handler right now. We've got the angle flip that takes place. So you flip the angle. 1, you're coming all the way up to me. I'm waiting for you. I don't want to get you a moving screen. If I have to go to you, chances of you getting a moving screen significantly increase. Now, they're going to be on this side right here to keep me on this side. Now, when I go downhill right here, get physical with your screener, right? Sit right here and be comfortable in this position. All right, now as we cut back right here, he's going to drop inside foot, and now it's going to create the angle for the pass we want to make, all right? So sit, get comfortable, and be physical with your screener. Here we go. Much better, much better. Good, all right, we're gonna switch sides so we get 2 reps in on the other side. It's gonna be easy to work on if you're right-handed, your right-handed passing only. Easy. It's going to be easy if you're left-handed to work on only your left-handed passing. What's going to be challenging is when you're in the gym by yourself with one of your teammates, with a buddy of yours working on your game, are you guys going to be disciplined to make sure that you're working on both your right and your left? Incredibly important to do so. Let's take a look. Good, work on your footwork, understand it. Here we go, that's all right, get a finish, why not? Why not? Why not get a finish? When we talk about our relocations, all right, which are just as important as the passes we're making, that's why we're not just throwing the pass and killing the drill. All right, anytime the corner is empty and the ball is driven to the baseline, we have to fill it. All right, and for us at the NBA level, corner means corner, and the definition is below the block. So I want to make sure on that respace, I get to the deep corner regardless of what my shot is. All right, we got it. And on our rolls, let's make sure it's not a spin out. All right, now we're going to set it. He's going to cut back. We're going to drop our inside foot, and we're going to roll the appropriate way. Here we go. Good. Yeah. Very nice. I like it. Perfect. Here we go. Give me one more perfect one. One more perfect one. Here we go. So one more teaching point on this is if we're working on the wrap pass, all right, and let's say you're rolling now, so set the screen here, say I snake it. So if I snake this screen, and we should be higher. Come on up to me right here, good. But when I snake this screen, and now he drops the inside foot, if this is a wrap pass, I need to dribble to the nail, step, and wrap. It's not this one, it's gotta be that one. And it's different because we've got a warm body right here, we've got a heartbeat between us and the guy who we want to receive the pass. So we've got to wrap it around him, right? All right, here we go. We got two good ones now. Nice, beautiful. That's what we're talking about. Way to get there, get to the corner. Good, take your time on the reset. Good, nice, good wrap. Good relocation, set your feet, hit the game winner. Sticking with our theme of passing in the pick and roll, outside of passing to the interior, to the roll man, we've also got to be able to see the third level of defense. And those are the players that are defending our perimeter players. So what we want to do is create receivers in the pick and roll that don't necessarily include the guy who's rolling to the basket. If he rolls hard enough, he's going to be a magnet. And we're going to incorporate a third defensive player into the pick and roll, opening up an opportunity for a kick out and a three-point shot. Let's take a look. Here we are in a similar situation as we saw when we were passing to the roll man. But we've got two perimeter players. If our screener sets a great screen and our ball handler comes off and he dives very hard right here and does a great job, what's going to happen is if Bardo is guarding the corner man, he is going to come in and he is going to try to impede my progress. Now at the NBA level, we call this a tag, all right? He's going to physically come in there and try to reroute me so I can no longer roll on a straight line. As he does that, if I am the corner offensive player, the general rule of thumb is when the pick and roll goes away from you and we know the defense will shift, you are going to come out of the corner to create a passing angle for a great opportunity to knock down a shot. And making this shot is incredibly important at any level of the game. So what we're going to do now is use a chair for our screener. We are going to attack this pick. We're going to hit the elbow. And once again, with the theme of being an ambidextrous pick and roll passer, we are going to make a hook pass to what we call the shake man. He's shaking out of the corner, and we're going to make this over the head hook pass. We're going to knock down the shot. After that, this time the passer will get the rebound, make the pass back out, and relocate to the corner. Let's take a look. Great pass, nice. Good, attack that elbow, work on your body control. Good, way to wait forward, very nice. Perfect, on the money. We had two perfect passes. Put it on the money. Nice. Very nice. Let's knock one more out here. Put it right on the money. Put it right on the money. Perfect. Excellent. All right, let's switch sides. That was a great job, guys. And when we do a lot of these drills that involve game situations, situational game shooting, regardless of if it includes a coach, 3 players, 1 ball, 2 balls, whatever the case may be here, right? We're working on skills that are going to actually translate to situations that we're going to be in the game. And just being able to knock down this shot coming out of the corner is one of the most important skills we have. Making this pass off the bounce with one hand is equally important, because what we're going to have is a player, a defensive player who's going to be on our back that's trying to pursue to what we call a squared position. He's trying to get back in front of me to release the defender of the screener back to guard the roll, which in turn is going to release the third player, the tag man, back to the perimeter player shaking out of the corner. So being able to make this pass off the bounce is the only way, with one hand, the only way to actually get the shot. Because if we stop and we pivot and we come through and we make that pass, the defense will have recovered. So what we're doing is we're working on stuff that's actually going to translate to us getting a shot in the game, and these passes are incredibly important. Let's take a look. Here we go. Great pass, nice. Good. Something to keep in mind here is, guys, again, corner means corner, so we've got to start below the block, all right? What we want to do, and the reason why the corners are so important, is we want to open space for playmakers. The bigger that we make this surface area, this court field to the defense, the more space we have to operate, the longer their recoveries are, the longer their closeouts are. So if I start up here even, and that's just a difference of 2 feet, now what I've done is I've brought my defensive player who's in weak side positioning an additional 2 feet closer to the ball and the roll man, which therefore nullifies our pick and roll. The whole point of a pick and roll is to force 2 to guard 1, and if we do it really well, we're going to force a third defensive player into the action. Now, if we do so, and we're starting in the corner, and this defensive player still wants to cheat this far, well, we know for sure that shot's going to be open. And we're going to work on making that pass so we can knock it down. Now, if we're also here, which is more likely the position we're going to be in, as the ball goes away, the pick and roll goes away, now I've got an oh goodness moment, right? An oh, enter your nasty word here, right? Where you've got to come in with urgency because you're out of position. So now you do what we call a two-way tag, where you go in to get out and you create a harder and longer closeout, because you force the defensive player to go from shifting their weight in to shifting their weight out, and hopefully at that point in time, we're already knocking down the shot. Now, whenever we're in the gym by ourselves and we're working on our pick and roll stuff, and we are not going to have a live body as the screener, we use a chair typically. What I like to say is that whatever direction the chair is facing is the direction the screener will be facing, right? So now what we're going to do, face it this way. Now we call that a step-up screen. It might be a late angle flip, or it might be a screen where our guys come in, our players come in from the strong side block, just sprinting into the pick and roll here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on a situation where, again, we get comfortable right here, we get 2 bounces in, we snake back through the nail, and again, we throw the hook pass to the shake man. Different scenario, different read, same result. Nice. Good, 2 more. Good, 1 more. Once again, we're switching sides. anything we do with our left, we want to do with our right and vice versa. Let's make sure, again, we become ambidextrous pick and roll passers, right? Not a lot of guys are working on this aspect of the game, but whoever does will be separated. Perfect. Set 4. Let's hit 4.